welcome back to, I think, episode 9 of the Absolute Ultimate Escapist Podcast. I'm Tate. I'm joined by our other two hosts.
I'm Persephone.
I'm Pearl.
That's not your full title.
What's my full title?
Dr. Pearl.
Oh, I forgot I was a doctor.
I know.
I forgot
Grad school was so long ago.
Yeah, I know. It's a PhD. I went to school for, 12, 13 years?
Mm-hmm.
From kindergarten through the end of high school.
Mm-hmm.
That's a doctorate.
That's a doctorate.
I'm sorry. That is over 12 years of schooling.
And then you were getting that graduate in the School of Hard Knocks and serving cunt, so...
Well, yeah. That kind of happened at the same time.
That goes without saying.
That goes to that.
Yeah.
Concurrent with my middle school education.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Pearl, do you want to take us away with an intro song?
Okay, I wrote it in my head a while ago. Let's see if I can remember it. Prices are better at the low price center, Escapist comic book store. I said prices are better at the low price center, Escapist comic book store. You need Superman, but you don't have a plan to the low price center. Yeah.
Woo!
Beautiful.
Wow.
There's your song.
We're gonna have a whole album by the end of the year.
Our prices are not, in fact, better.
No.
But you should come in anyway.
I don't know what it is, but the store has been starting to feel like a discount book depot.
It's always felt like that, but sometimes the walls do close in on you.
Yeah, the walls
Yeah.
really. We're floor-to-ceiling books here, and it scares me a lot. I think about earthquakes.
And sometimes you're like, what am I gonna do with this Legion of Superheroes book?
Yeah, earthquakes were really top of my mind when I was redoing the superhero overstock. I was like, we have no contingency plan. Like, if an earthquake happens...
There was a big earthquake last year that I felt not too far from here, and I was like, well, the bookstore is fucked.
No, I was in here for a pretty big one, and, like, nothing even shifted.
That's
I was
so
shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised. Nothing fell over. It was, like, a loud one, too. So I was, like, prepared for catastrophe in here, and nothing fell. So...
I think Jack does some dark magic shit that we're simply... It's like he said when we asked him if we could go to Disney... When you asked him if we could go to Disneyland, and he just shook his head, and he said, there are just some things you don't know. And I think that's true about the earthquake protection as well.
Yeah.
I think he's up to something.
I think there's a protection spell
Mm-hmm.
on these stores.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack.
I think it's deep dark magic.
He's sacrificing people.
Putting
for
the
this
dark in
store.
Dark Carnival, you know?
Oh my god.
It's not normal carnival.
It's dark carnival. All carnivals are dark carnivals, let's be real.
Yeah, Marty Supreme voice. It's not normal carnival, it's dark carnival.
This is a pretty big week for new comics, I would say. We've got a few Absolute titles, more than a few. We've got Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, and Flash all coming out. Absolute Batman number 16 is the Absolute Wonder Woman crossover.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're obviously the most excited for Absolute Martian Manhunter. New Detective Comics came out today. New issue of Superman 34. One of my favorites, JLU, Justice League Unlimited for the uninitiated.
Mm-hmm.
Number 15 is out with one of the best covers of the week, I think.
Oh.
A lot of, like, the DC KO and, like, DC All-In titles are coming out this week, too. Like, Green Lantern, DC KO, Kids Are All Fight, if you're
Kids
into
are
that.
all fight.
New Iron Man number 1 if your eyes have glazed over.
Yeah. ASM 2026 annual number 1 of 1, obviously. And we've got some fun stuff like Harley and Ivy, Life and Crimes, DC's Supergirl Next Door, which I haven't really heard anything about, but I guess I'll probably pick up because I have been liking the Sophie Campbell Supergirl, so maybe I'll read this, although it's written by a guy, which makes it less appealing to me. New Miles Morales is out this week, too. I've decided to start reading that in trade. But the big mamma jamma, other than I guess this second printing of Batman Deadpool.
Jorge Jimenez, our guy, did the cover for it.
Yeah.
Which I don't I still don't care about it, but I like that Jorge Jimenez is getting more money.
People are gonna buy it.
People will buy it.
But the big mamma jamma, the hottest tamale this week is Batman the Killing Joke Facsimile Edition 2026, number 1. It's got all of the original colors from the original run. And then it's the original cover price too. It's like what?
$4.99.
Yeah, it's $4.99, and it's like a square bound comic. Like it's a comic that would be like $9.99 if it were like Batman.
You can almost only find it in like $25 to $40 like fucking hardcover Absolute editions or whatever. And like, look, I'm never going to recommend you this comic. Even Alan Moore doesn't recommend you this comic. He's like, that was dog shit. That said, the only reason to get this is John Higgins' original colors, which are spectacular. He's the guy who did the colors on Watchmen. He's also the artist who did Mafia, Mpreg, and Hellblazer. Don't worry about that. He's a spectacular writer or like artist and colorist in his own right. But this is the only place you can get the original colors because Brian Boland, fantastic penciler, really, but in some time he decided that he wanted to recolor The Killing Joke to look more like quote unquote grounded and realistic, and it looks bad. It looks notably worse. And that's just how all the editions are printed now. So if you want the original Killing Joke colors, this is the only way to get it now, is this edition. And they're great. Like, it's like fever dream, like day glow. It's like these like searing acid wash pinks and yellows that like look like they're hurting you.
And it is a good Batman story. There's like a certain genre of guy who's really into Killing Joke in a way that makes me very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But it is also good comics, and I can respect that it's good comics. Don't watch the movie.
Oh yeah, don't watch anything you do. Don't watch.
Really uncomfortable and not okay.
He has sex with Barbara Gordon.
Yeah,
and it's really weird and uncomfortable.
But the comic pretty good, pretty important to the whole kind of Batman canon too.
Mm-hmm.
And this is definitely the most affordable way you're ever going to be able to buy this. So come in, pick it up. We ordered so many, so we're not going to run out anytime soon. I don't think, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're going to sell like 20 copies today.
We'll see.
Batman Killing Joke, reprint. And then we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about book-wise today. But first, I think we have some comic book news. I'm going to start off with like a small piece of news that kind of struck me as sort of funny, because I was just talking about the Jim Shooter obituary in the Comics Journal, where they like republished this like old interview that Gary Groth did with Jim Shooter, and the headline read, Jim Shooter, editor of Marvel Comics Jim Shooter, whom Gary Groth called the Ronald Reagan of comics, dies at the age of whatever. But I was scrolling through the Comics Journal this morning, and Scott Adams, creator of Dilbert, died recently, January 13th. And this headline is written by Andrew Farrago, who I have not met or really communicated with. But the headline reads, I have no mouth and I must scream at black people. Scott Adams, 1957 to 2026. And the first paragraph reads, Scott Adams, creator of Dilbert comic strip, creator of controversy, and creator of his own problems, passed away January 13th, 2026.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they've been like...
creator of his own problems.
They're searing in the obituaries.
This is a man who blamed affirmative action for losing jobs 3 different times.
Yeah.
Like, for no reason. Like, people were just like, hey, what's going on? And he just, like, had something incredibly racist to say, and they were like, we didn't even ask about that, Scott.
Yeah, so Cerebus of newspaper comics.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
Scott Adams has passed away.
The Dave Sim of Garfield is an incredible dig.
Yeah. But yeah, think about that. That's like the first thing, not particularly important, but I just thought it was hilarious. I I like the Dilbert comics too, but he's just such a distasteful person. Like I just can't get into them anymore. In other news, April solicits have been announced. There's some interesting stuff in here. A few titles from like DC Next Level, which we've talked about on the show before, which is like Scott Snyder's like DC, not imprint. Imprint is kind of going too far, but like Scott Snyder's DC
initiative, I guess, would maybe
the initiative also seems too romantic.
It seems too romantic, but it's the word they use.
Yeah, his Next Level initiative, which I would imagine is kind of just like the next version of All In or whatever. So we've got Zatanna #1 with Jamal Campbell.
He's done Zatanna before. He was doing it with Tamaki, and then he just kind of was doing it on his own recently. So he's just kind of coming back. He seems like a fun dude to be doing it.
Yeah, and then we've got Jeff Lemire for Fury of Firestorm, which I will read, because I'm curious like what he does with Firestorm, a character who like I just really don't care about.
Yeah. I'm gonna admit this one surprised me, because there was like a small part of my brain, because like we got like that list of names, right, and I was like, oh god, they're gonna throw Dennis Camp on Firestorm. Like that seems like such an odd fucking character, like such a weird little character that you can kind of just do anything with, in a classical sense, and so I kind of expected that to go to like Camp, also because it was the one that scared me because I don't care about Firestorm. Particularly.
But wouldn't you care about Firestorm if Dennis Camp wrote it?
I would care about Firestorm if Dennis Camp wrote it. And then kind of as you said too, like, I'm going to check it out just because, like, even when I'm not that into whatever Jeff Lemire's doing, he's most of the time at least pretty earnest and generally thoughtful about what he's doing, even if he's like Snyder. He's like Snyder in that way, where, like, I think they're doing too many things. I don't always like what they do. I, broadly speaking, think they approach what they do with at least a level of, like, thought and, like, engagement with the material. And so I would be curious, what Jeff Lemire would do with Firestorm.
Yeah, I think this is, like, it's getting very hyped, and I think a couple of these comics are going to be good. My guess is most of them are not going to be very impressive, honestly.
No. I think the Rucka Danny Batwoman's going to be great, but...
I also think it's very DC and sort of very big too right now to be like, we decided to like inject new life into all of these obscure characters that nobody cares about, and then like one of the first titles is they're like Zatanna, like she's not particularly obscure, guys.
No.
Like neither is Deathstroke. Batwoman is like literally part of the Bat family. Like Lobo is not exactly like a household name, but also like he's not. Is the Demon part of Next Level? I don't think so.
No, the Demon is part of Next Level.
Okay. Like, the Demon I get. The Demon is a little more out there.
Yeah, I only learned about the Demon, I think, last week when Walter created a rap from the perspective of the Demon.
Oh, sorry. We're not allowed to talk about Walter as rapper.
Oh, did I say Walter? I meant rapper.
Yeah.
We can edit around that.
Yeah, sorry, go back. When Rapper made a rap about the
when Rapper himself made a rap about the Demon, and then I had to get the download from basically everybody about what the Demon is and how the rhyming schemes work, and I don't know. It's
been really nerdy in the group chat lately.
I've learned things.
Surprising no one. Batwoman I am excited about, especially because it's Danny doing interior art. They're doing a lot of variants for these #1s, unsurprisingly.
I'm shocked that I'm into Lobo, mainly just because it's going to be Jorge Corona. Like, if any, like, Scotty Young, I can kind of take or leave as far as writing goes, but, like, Jorge Corona doing the art on that, like, I've seen the preview pages, and they look fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They're uncolored at this point, but they look so crazy.
I'm excited for Lobo. I think it's going to be fun. I mean, the big stuff is not... I mean, some of the Absolutes are coming out in April. The big exciting stuff, though, is coming next month.
Mm-hmm.
With Vertigo.
Yeah, that's the real gas. We will be bringing you live dispatches from the Vertigo mines.
Yeah, as exciting as it is that like we're gonna get a new Demon series, like Vertigo is all that I'm thinking about right now. I'm so excited. I'm gonna read the solicits, the preview issues today.
No, I remember getting the news of like Vertigo dropping and hearing Tinian was like, "I'm just not gonna write for you anymore if you don't let me do Vertigo," and I was like, "That's my boy. That's how that's how you use your influence for good."
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Okay.
Other comics news. I wanted to bring up the fall of Baker and Taylor, which was kind of like a major distributor of comics and I think other books as well to libraries. Like they were one of the main avenues of distribution for comics to libraries, and they're going out of business. Which I think coupled with Diamond foretells some dark stuff in the future. A little bit worrying too, just because I feel like libraries are finally starting to like really hop on just like getting a lot of superhero stuff, or not just superhero stuff, but like just comics in general, instead of like just Mouse and Watchmen and like kind of your typical sort of quote unquote literary comics, which I think is like a really good avenue for kids to just get into reading. Like I think a lot of kids just need comics to realize that they like reading. Like I wasn't like that, but there's plenty of kids that were.
Absolutely.
And I also think, I mean, I'm in a very privileged position to work both as a normal bookseller and a comic book bookseller. So like everything that I buy is like half off.
Yeah.
But if that weren't the case, I would certainly just have a lot less books in my house. Or I would just own a lot less books, and I would go to the library, because financially I can't just be buying books all the time.
Absolutely.
And I think comics are an expensive thing to be a fan of. So I'm a little worried about sort of the fall of a comics distributor to libraries. There's a really good article in the Comics Journal about it that like really goes in depth by Gina Galliano. Go ahead and read that, because much like the Angoulême stuff that we talked about, it's complicated. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a long article, but support comics journalism. It's important for the world.
Yeah, especially as things become more and more like clickbait oriented, and kind of like I just get things all the time that are just like this is how you get DC boss battle, is you get shit like, what if Homelander and Superman fought, and that's like every other article now.
Yeah.
And like half the publications. So when you get stuff like what the Comics Beat does a lot, what the Comics Journal does. Sometimes, occasionally, Adventures in Poor Taste will even do it.
Yeah.
And
it's important.
It's important. We need it. Like all journalism, we need it in this era where just like journalism is not valued and doesn't matter to a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Read your local comics journalism. They're not local, but read your comics journalism.
Similarly, I'd like to throw, because I forgot to talk about
this.
this.
We should talk about this.
Yeah, we got
in the new book section. Not news.
I was talking about us getting Piao in general.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay. We'll talk about that, yeah.
Because I was going to split this episode down the middle.
Oh, okay.
Because I think we finally have, like, 2 sections this time.
Yeah.
Our last couple episodes, we haven't had 2 sections.
There hasn't been a lot of news.
I think there has been. I just, like, have not been looking at it.
I've been looking. Like, I've been looking, and it's been a little bit quiet.
I have, like, not been paying attention.
There's been, like, bits and pieces, but it's been kind of quiet.
The other thing of, like, pure comics news that I wanted to talk about was Silver Sprocket announces that it signed with PGW Ingram, which is, like, Publishers Group West / Ingram, I think. They sent out an email to, like, all the people that were part of their, like, comic book subscription service. And I think it is, like, it reads kind of sinister. I mean, they really phrase Ingram as something that I think it really isn't. They say, like, we are delighted. This is from the email they sent me under new distribution. We are delighted to announce that Silver Sprocket's comics and graphic novels will now be distributed to the book trade by Publishers Group West / Ingram, a local Bay Area team we found to be refreshingly warm and indie savvy, with reach into all the weirdest bookstores, libraries, and random places that sell zines for some reason. And they happen to have the fewest tangles with gigantic megacorps, which is ... nice. Which I think is just, like, fundamentally misleading as to what Ingram is. Like, Ingram is one of the most major just book distributors in the country. Like,
yeah.
They're not tangled up with gigantic megacorp because they're virtually their own megacorp.
Yeah.
And they're also, like, they're in every bookstore, including the weirdest bookstores, because they're in every bookstore.
Yeah.
You know, it's like saying, oh yeah, like you can find Penguin Random House books in like the strangest little bookstores, and it's like, yeah, they're everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
Ingram is just like a major corporation.
Yeah.
And I don't know a ton about Publishers Group West, but like it's Publishers Group West / Ingram, guys. Like they're a huge company. But I think it's like sort of it just feels very indicative of the direction that Silver Sprocket's been going lately. They kind of put Ingram in opposition to Lunar too, which I think is really interesting because I think Ingram's probably larger than Lunar as a distribution company.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but like I would be shocked if Lunar, which like really only distributes comics, I guess toys, were distributing more than Ingram.
And like even if it was technically smaller or whatever, it's like that's so marginal. Like at some point, if they're two large mega corporations, like the difference between levels of mega here is like, that's just it's nonsense.
And I think it's fundamentally okay for you to be distributed by Ingram. Like I think you're trying to run a successful, long-lasting comic book business, and you need to have a professional distributor. Because you don't want to just be like self-publishing zines anymore, which is also totally fine. Like self-publishing zines is great. That's largely how Silver Sprocket started. That's how a lot of their artists started and are still working. But you can't have the cachet of like indie zine producer and also be signed with Ingram. Like that's not how it works. And it's weird to phrase it that way. You know,
it's like that weird desire for everyone to seem like more underground and niche than they are. And it's like, first of all, you don't have to be. It's okay. It's okay that you've had some modicum of success, but also like, why are you fronting about this? Like, and I think this also extends to the titles they're publishing. Like half of them are just like people they've already published before. It's all like cis women and the occasional trans man kind of energy, or they thems. Like there's no trans women and there's no black people in here, which is like often what I see like talked about with Sprocket. Or if there is, there's like one person. And like I know people who are trans women and black women and black trans women who have like talked about Sprocket and been like, they don't publish black people and they don't publish trans women, and they're once again not beating the allegations of publishing the same fucking shit. Almost none of this interests me whatsoever.
I do really think there is like a I wrote the whole article about them for the Comics Journal, but I also was subscribed to their like comics subscription box that they were using to like try and like bump their business up, because I wanted them to make it regardless of like mismanagement and sort of poor treatment of their workers. I was like, I think the world is a better place for comics and art in general with Silver Sprocket in it.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I canceled my subscription because the books just weren't very good.
Yeah.
And it was bumming me out.
Yeah.
And I couldn't afford the paper subscription, so I wasn't even getting the books. I was just reading bad comics, or just comics that I felt like I'd read before from them.
Yeah.
But in PDF form. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't care that much. Which just bummed me out, and I canceled it. But I still get the emails, and that's how I heard about this Ingram thing.
And a lot of their best artists have just like have bounced. Like Iggy Craig doesn't work with them. HA doesn't work with them anymore. Fucking E.M. Carroll's not working with them anymore. Like fucking shit. Who's the
I don't think Yasmin works for them anymore.
Yasmin absolutely does not work for them anymore.
Yasmin
I don't even know if they paid Yasmin actually.
Yeah, I can't speak to that.
I can't speak to that either, but like as far as I know, there's been no update on Yasmin getting paid.
Yeah.
Like they've just kind of burned the goodwill that they have, and like it feels like they're just kind of limping along, which again, I'm not, as you said, like I don't take joy in that.
Yeah.
Like I've been a huge proponent of Sprocket for years. I've gone to their store. I've been like a huge advocate for getting books of theirs in this store. Like I've sold their books. Like we have sold through Chromatic Fantasy so many times because I was like, this book is gas as hell, and I've sold it dozens of times to people. Same with Putty Pygmalion, same with When I Arrived at the Castle, same as etc. I don't want them to fail, but it feels like they just kind of took all the wrong lessons from what happened and have seemingly not addressed any of it and just kind of doubled down on being the same shit that they were already doing. And I'm just like, no shade to Elizabeth Pitcher or Hyena Hell. They make very good comics, but I'm just like, okay, we're getting another Hyena Hell Demons book. We're getting another Fun Girl book. Again, no shade. They're good comics. They're very, very good comics. I'm just like, what are we here for? You know?
Yeah, they're developing a house style in a way that I really don't understand, because I feel like the beauty of Silver Sprocket is kind of the rejection of any kind of uniformity.
Yeah.
But instead it's just everything that comes out now is either from an artist they've already published quite a bit of, or it looks like something that they've already published quite a bit of. It's like a lot of the same kind of risograph looking stuff. It's a lot of the same kind of campy, like edgy stuff. I mean, they probably, like, I love Fun Girl, but like they've published a lot of Fun Girl, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
We can mix it up a little bit, like that's okay.
I remember you telling me because we talked in the last episode about the Witch's Egg, and then you read it, and something you said in there was like, oh, this looks like what Sprocket used to be.
Yeah, it feels like peak Sprocket. You're like, this is what you want to be doing, and either you're not going out and seeking out new artists who are doing this stuff, or the artists who are doing this stuff don't want to work with you. Yeah. And I honestly think it's probably a lot of the latter. Yeah. Because of the press that they've gotten recently. And I say that as someone who was the press that they've gotten recently. But also, like, I'm not responsible for that. Yeah. You know, if you made yourself appealing to work with to artists, maybe you would have a Witch's Egg on your roster. Yeah. Great book. Everyone should read that. It's really good.
Well, yeah, check out if you're looking for that kind of thing. Piao Studios is doing excellent work right now. We'll talk more about them later. Strangers Publishing, who we've talked about on the show before, with The Hanging and Machinophobe.
And then Witch's Egg is Avery Hill.
And Avery Hill, yeah. And Avery Hill's also doing good work. Avery Hill is, like, probably the most close to Sprocket in terms of, like, you look at Mimi and the Wolves and you could argue that it's a Sprocket book, just looking at it. But what Sprocket used to be.
Yeah. I think let's end this kind of news segment with the announcement of a Tiny Onion title for Image. Tiny Onion being James Tynion's production house, which I guess is partnered with Image.
Yeah, it's an in-house thing, kind of like Miller World.
I wonder if he's going to become the next Image partner. That would be crazy.
Thank God. It'd be good to have one that wasn't Robert Kirkman.
Yeah. Tynion, maybe Brian K. Vaughan.
Did K. Vaughan have one?
No, K. Vaughan, like, he doesn't. I think he might have his own, like, house or whatever, but he's not a partner, I don't think. Yeah. Talk to me about Tiny Onion. Talk to me about Aditya Bidikar.
Yeah, so they announced a series called In Your Skin, written by comic book letterer Aditya Bidikar, and illustrated by Psalm. I don't know Psalm particularly. The art looks interesting, but I've never particularly seen their work. Aditya Bidikar, though, fantastic letterer. They've worked on one of their more recent titles was Precious Metal. They're kind of like.
Oh, I've looked at the lettering for that. That's really impressive.
It's really good. Like them and Hassan. Them and Hassan are like two of my favorite letterers in the game right now. They're both just consistently producing like really good and interesting work. And then Aditya's like just a very nice person. Like Aditya and I have followed each other, I think, on Twitter for a while, and like just an incredibly nice person all around. I think just like a pretty skilled writer. Has worked with Rom V quite a lot on some like Blue and Green and a bunch and Graffiti's Wall. Like a ton of Rom V projects are Aditya Bidikar.
Friend of the pod, Rom V.
And Samanth Pal is the name of the artist.
Somnath
Pal, yeah.
It looks like she's only done a few things,
like variant covers,
like something that's from the Children 1 in 50, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Did Crocodile Black last year, a couple years ago, which I did not read, but
They're like, their byline is different in different comics. So you might see SOM, SOM, or you might see PAL. It looks like.
This is a thing that I've seen with some Indian cartoonists, like Anand Arke is one of them, where like they're just like, oh, these white people are just gonna fuck up my name, and so I'm just gonna like shorten it. Like Ram V, I think, is in a similar situation, where he's just like, I'm just not putting my whole last name out there because people are gonna do the white people thing, and they're just gonna like not learn how to say it, and I just rather not.
Fair enough.
And yeah, actually, Anand Arke did one of the incentive covers for that series. And we'll talk about Anand Arke and Ram V actually a little bit more later. But yeah, I'm very interested in this. I'm interested to see what Aditya writes. I've seen Aditya do like art and a little bit of writing in like very, very small contained spaces before, and I very much enjoyed what that was. Very Ram V adjacent kind of work. This thing is being kind of pitched as like the Substance meets Bollywood. And normally I'd be like, if it were a man writing this, I wouldn't be particularly interested in that. That said, like, Aditya is a he/they. Definitely queer, works with queer people, knows queer people. And I like that it's about lesbians. It feels like, oh, this might be an Image book that's like actually interesting.
Yeah, it's like a queer Bollywood horror story, it looks like.
Like, that's cool. That's interesting. That's more interesting than fucking Blood and Thunder or whatever the hell. Like, Disavowed, whatever the hell Image is usually putting out.
And then it sounds like Bidikar is doing In Your Skin through Tiny Onion's like artist in residence program.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, Tyler Boss did You'll Do Bad Things through it.
Jordi Belair did Exquisite Corpses, it looks like. Tate Bromball, Everything Dead and Dying. So like definitely some titles from artists and writers that are really impressive and did a lot of work that I think is probably like some of the best stuff coming out of Image.
I like how this looks. Yeah, just like, can you see how they're like flesh melding together in this preview and like the painted blood, like the blood paint backgrounds?
Yeah, this looks cool. I will definitely pick up the first few issues.
Same, yeah.
I think it seems interesting. Yeah, that's kind of it for news. I think we're gonna jump into new comics now.
Yeah, I guess we won't even justify the Batman Hush in the world of Batman Hush Wonder Woman thing with a response, other than just to say it exists.
Oh, do you want to talk about that? I had totally forgotten we were talking about that.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that really briefly. What dirt does Jeff Loeb have? Like, we've talked about old men relitigating their legacies on this podcast before, but we've just come to an inexplicable point where, like, Hush got so clowned on that Chip Zdarsky's doing editing a Mad Magazine issue, which I guess is also comics news, and the cover of that is just, like, the Mad Kid is Hush, like, stinking so bad that, like, Superman vomits. Like, Hush 2 is so bad that it's getting clowned on with it, like, in-house.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And then they were like, hey, Jeff... Jeff was like, hey, I want to do like Batman Wonder Woman, but it's Harley Quinn and the Joker steal Wonder Woman's lasso, and it's, quote, from the world of Hush.
Which is really, like, it's a really bad timing for that comic, too, because Absolute Batman is doing Batman Wonder Woman right now, and so is Absolute Wonder Woman.
And it's good.
And it's way better, and it was always going to be better, and everyone knew it was going to be better. I would be shocked if I sell From the World of Hush, Batman and Wonder Woman to more than like 2 people.
Yeah, half of our Batman subscribers dipped when Hush 2 happened, and they were like, wake me up, like literally wake me up when fucking Fraction gets on.
Yeah, and I think DC realized, for sure, DC realized their mistake, and then they were like, Matt Fraction, do you want to come on early?
And then why?
Please help us.
And then why are they letting him do this then? Like, that's the craziest thing to me is like, why? What dirt does Jeff Loeb have?
Is the Hush reboot still going?
Yeah, it just hasn't been finished.
I just keep assuming it's over because how can it still be happening?
It's supposed to have been happening.
I refuse to pay attention to it too, on principle.
They keep saying it's supposed to happen, but I'm not even sure if they've released a release date. And then we're getting like From the World of Hush, and I just like, I know I've ranted about this before, but what the fuck does that mean? Like, Hush is like a mainline, the original Hush and Hush 2 were both mainline Batman. I don't know what the World of Hush means. And especially with like Harley Quinn and the Joker, are we just like like, was Hush so bad that we've decided that that's Elseworlds now? Because like Joker and Harley are not a thing. but they are in
they
this.
haven't been a thing for forever.
And Jeff Loeb's like,
Yeah.
like it's just like, why did you come into my house and shit on the floor?
Yeah, it's kind of inexplicable from like a publishing and editorial standpoint. It's weird too because there's both no awareness of what else is being published in DC right now. Like, there's no awareness of the Harley and Ivy life and crime stuff. There's no awareness from like a marketing standpoint of the fact that there's like a more interesting Batman Wonder Woman book on the shelves right now.
Yeah.
There's no awareness of like in-world continuity either because like you said, they're not a thing. I really don't sell that comic to anyone.
No.
I would say, like, I think there's like do we have subs for it?
For the Batman Hush thing?
Yeah.
They're literally only like, we are Batman guys and we're just gonna keep getting the Batman thing, but literally half of our Batman guys dipped. And
Yeah,
we're
they were
like,
just give me the fraction. Yeah.
you have to be pretty bad to get like a mainline, like people who like pick up like a mainline title regardless. It has to be pretty bad for them to go like, I'm not buying this shit.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I'm the same way with Spider-Man. Like, I have all of the shit Spider-Man issues that have been coming out lately. And
Yeah.
that's just because, like, I'm a Spider-Man person, you know?
Absolutely.
I need my Spidey, you know?
Need your Spidey fix. It just makes Spidey sense.
Yeah, Jeff Loeb, stay away.
Yeah.
Stay away from Spidey.
He's doing that fucking X-Men right now too. He's with Simone DeMeo, and I'm like stop putting these good artists in jail. Because similarly, the Batman Wonder Woman is being done by Jim Chung, who like has sauce. And I'm like, get Simone DeMeo and Jim Chung out of here.
Let them do something else. Yeah.
Let them do literally anything good.
It's kind of infuriating. It feels disrespectful to DC fans too. Like,
Yeah.
we deserve good stories.
Yeah.
You're paying good money for these books. You're continuing to put Hush on the shelves, which indicates that you think it's worth buying or something. Like,
While clowning on it.
yeah, like, it's just kind of, it's embarrassing. I think they should just quietly cancel it.
Yeah.
It's okay to cancel a book that's bad.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the industry. I don't know why you're leaning in so hard.
Also, can someone explain to me what "from the world of Hush" means? Anybody, can you explain that?
It's from the world.
From the world, yeah,
Of Hush.
the Hush world.
Yeah. I don't get what you're not getting about
I'm
this
imagining like Spice World, but all the Spice Girls are like wrapped in bandages.
book. You know the world of Hush. It's from that.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to Pearl about making the Hush world. I think that's very funny.
I think that's probably all the Batman Hush 2 that I can stomach talking about.
Let's talk about
What do
good
you need
books.
from the doctor?
Oh yeah, very briefly, we were talking about from the world of Hush thing. So I was going to ask you if you would make a recreation of the Spice World cover, but all of the Spice Girls are like wrapped in bandages like Hush, as a gag.
Yes.
You must love me a lot to be willing to do this. I watched the gears in your head turn from like, I cannot believe this woman is asking me to do this to like, because this woman is asking me to do this, I will do it.
I'll do it if you watch Spice World with me again.
I will watch Spice World with you again
Love
just to
you.
make this
You're
bit happen.
just coworkers.
Just coworkers. People already know.
Guys, they're just coworkers.
Everybody's known for so long. Just coworker things.
Co-workers and Stigler.